Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is another wonderful Sunday afternoon in this part of the world. I don't know if you are already with us in the studio, but today we are set to do justice to another wonderful thing. My name is Adewumi Tokwe Ombu, and the show is Serious Matter on Niger Campus TV. This is Niger Campus TV, the platform that has been given us the opportunity to talk about serious issues across the world, serious issues in Nigeria, and serious issues as it affects every one of us. Today we'll be talking about insecurities, rising cases of students kidnapped in Nigeria higher institution. I have with me in the studio Mr. Richard Adejumobi. He will be joining me after the introduction. I will allow him introduce himself, then I will do a brief introduction of the topic, then he will take the floor. Yes, Mr. Richard Adejumobi, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Richard Adejumobi, here in the Ekiti State.
Yes, Mr. Richard Adejumobi is joining us all the way from the capital city of Ekiti State, Ado Ekiti. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, the topic is insecurities, rising cases of students kidnapped in Nigeria higher institution. Let me quickly give you a brief background of this topic. Before now, students in secondary schools in the northern part of Nigeria were the targets by Boko Haram, by bandits and terrorists. The case of student adoption by Boko Haram started with the Shibo girls on 14th and 15th April 2014. 276 female students aged between 16 and 18 years were kidnapped. The Shibo girls issue was a popular one. I know you know about it. That was the first case of kidnap in the northern part of Nigeria, especially a mass one for that matter. On February 19, 2018, at about 5:30 p.m., 110 schoolgirls aged between 11 and 19 years old were kidnapped also by Boko Haram terrorists from the government Girls Science and Technical College, Dapchi. So it started with a C, Shibo, and went to D, Dapchi. Now, let's leave that. Dapchi is in Yobe State. Dapchi is in Yobe State of Nigeria. The trend continued on Friday, 11th December 2020, with the kidnap of over 30 pupils from the boys' secondary school in Kankara. Kankara is in Katsina State. Permit me to say, Katsina State is the state of the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes, recently on 26th February 2021, 279 female students aged between 10 and 17 years were kidnapped by gunmen from government secondary school Jangebe. Jangebe is in Safara State. I think the case of Jangebe is a case of bandits, not Boko Haram this time. Now, that is not what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about adoption of students in higher institutions across Nigeria. Okay, we had the case of Greenfield University students in Katsina State, 20 students and 3 staff were kidnapped. Another one is the case of University of Agriculture, Makurdi. 2 students were kidnapped on 24th of April 2021. And Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Afaka in Kaduna State, on the 11th of March 2021. 39 students were kidnapped, 10 were released earlier, but after almost 2 months in captivity, the remaining 29 students were released on the 5th of May 2021. Okay, the most recent one, the students were released just yesterday, is the case of Abia State University. That happened on Wednesday, 5th May 2021, where two students escaped almost immediately after the kidnap. Yes, Mr. Adejumobi, why do you think the case of kidnap has moved from secondary school to higher institution? What is happening?
Well, I think I wouldn't want to use the word focus. When you look at the history of terrorism,
Okay.
it's better a nation, a country, or a state has not witnessed it. It's better not experience. It's difficult to curtail terrorism once it started.
Hmm.
So the issue with terrorism, the festering expedition of terrorism in Nigeria, it's a case of failure of government, can be ascribed to the failure of government, because you will observe that there is no coordination in the intelligence architecture of our nation, and that is why you would think that you will see that the terrorists, insurgents, bandits, and what you have are having the temerity to enter everywhere. They are not just going to our institutions. Don't in the catalog of schools that have been invaded that you earlier mentioned, you forgot the case of one secondary school in Agboa, Lagos State. So it's not just in the north. We have had the scenario. We have had the case here in the south, Lagos, for that matter, economic headquarters of Nigeria, and that is to tell you that our government is leaving so many stone unturned. There seems to be this I don't care attitude on the part of the federal government, so to speak. And when you have such a situation, when you think when you say you are fighting terrorism and you are just concentrating in the northeast and you are fighting Boko Haram in the northeast and you are looking away from the activities of the people you call bandits, you are looking, I mean, away from the activities of the farmers elders crisis. You are just leaving so many stone unturned, because terrorism is terrorism, either in the form of banditry or insurgent or what have you. Whether they are killing for ransom, they are kidnapping for ransom. They all have their economic side to it. They mobilize resources to execute their plan. They mobilize economic resources to wage their war. So if you are talking about banditry today and you are not fighting them, you are still not fighting terrorism. If you are living kidnapping for ransom and you are not fighting them, you are still not fighting terrorism. So it should be an it should be an all-encompassing terrorism. And I mentioned intelligence earlier on. We are not gathering intelligence. We are not working. Air Force is doing their thing, Nigerian Army is doing their thing, Navy is doing their thing. It's not supposed to be. That is not to go about it. Nigerian police is doing their thing. So there's no coordinated effort at fighting terrorism. And you can't just be going into war. When you are fighting terrorism, don't forget it's a guerrilla warfare. There is no
Hmm.
defined stage. There is no divine strategy. They just strike. Terrorism is about capturing people with fear. So when you are talking about terrorism, bandits are there. People are afraid to travel today. Banditry is equally an act of terrorism. In the terrorism, I mean in the terrorist act, I think those things must have been spelled out in those things. So if you are living banditry and you are just crying like a helpless situation, I mean an helpless baby, and you say farmer herdsmen are not, I mean, they are not terrorists. You are not serious, and we have not started. Now it has graduated to another stage. They are now going to the palaces to kidnap people. Kings. It happened here in Ekiti.
Okay.
Kings have
Yes,
been
we will,
kidnapped
we
from
will
their
get to
palaces.
that. We will
So
get to that, Mr. Adejumo. I want your comment on this clip. I will be rolling a short clip now. I want your comment.
all right.
The CNN military analyst for in the United States, Major General James Spider-Max said something, and I want your comment on it. Let's roll the tape, please.
Which is truly not, it should not be surprising. Look,
The-
what's happening in Nigeria is barbarous. It's horrible. I mean, it's complete madness, yet it's not a priority. The United States unilaterally could do almost anything it needs to do It would be a long-term effort, but it could be done. And the United States has the capability. All the elements of power, we have those.
So why not?
Complete. It's not a priority. That's the problem. We are committed elsewhere in the world. Black West Africa. Which is
Actually,
it should not be surprising. Look, what's happening in Nigeria is barbarous. It's horrible. I mean, it's complete madness, yet it's not a priority. The United States unilaterally could.
yes. Mr. Adejimo, I hope you are with me.
I'm with you.
Sorry, the network is bad, but I know you know the video. The man there said, the military analyst for CNN, Major General James Spider Marks, he said Nigeria is not the priority when it comes to helping Nigeria fight terrorism. What do you have to say about that?
Well, he's just mentioning the obvious. He's saying the obvious because for US to make US is a sovereign entity, Nigeria is a sovereign entity, and in fact, telling another sovereign state to make you a priority is to declare yourself a slave to that nation. Is to say, come and colonize me. So you invite them to come and colonize me. What capability have you shown? What capacity have you shown as a state, as a nation, as a sovereign nation to fight terrorism? Have you been able to take the bull by the horn to unleash terror? To wage war, a serious war on terrorism. In a time like this, I don't know why it will be difficult for us to track terrorists, to track bandits, to track kidnappers, despite the fact that we have the financial wherewithal to acquire the technological means to wage this war. The truth of the matter is that our government has not shown the political willingness to fight this war, and it is not too difficult to know it. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you this. Why it will be difficult for America to succumb to our invitation? The other time when the Secretary of US came, was talking with Barry, he asked them to bring back AFRICOM to Nigeria or somewhere in Africa. It will not be their priority because for any nation, any sovereign state to work with Nigeria army, we have a lot of saboteurs. They are in government, they are everywhere. So it doesn't matter how sophisticated you might be. It doesn't matter your military prowess. Once you have a saboteur, there is no way you can fight that war. They were once here. They came here during Jonathan. They had to go because we have saboteurs. We have people that were feeding terrorists. So our army cannot do anything. US cannot do anything without the willingness on the part, political willingness for that matter, on the part of the government. So no serious nation will want to work with us in a time like this, except they want to. They want to jeopardize their human resources, their economic resources, and their military resources. So that is my take on that.
Yes, I know we're talking about the case of the rising case of kidnap of students in higher institution, and like I asked earlier, I said, is it that those students are vulnerable? Is it that they just feel the terrorists just feel those students are vulnerable? That is why they are the point of target. What do you feel?
Not just the students. Everybody is vulnerable in Nigeria now. Nigeria of today, we are all vulnerable. No security anywhere. Not just the schools. In fact, if you are just talking about the school, where you are in your house, you have the probably the financial means. You build your house, you fence it, you get another advocate to do security. You buy bull, you buy Rottweiler. You have a lot of security to reinforce everything just to secure. But you give the students there to one old man as the security. Nobody is securing them. Nobody is watching over them. They are just there. So they are more vulnerable. Despite the fact that the whole society, the whole Nigeria is not for the people, will think twice before you think on you embark on the 5 kilometers now journey now. But everywhere there is no security everywhere today. So don't even mention the school. The school there, nowhere is secured in our school. So don't even go there. The whole society, the society at large,
let's look at
vulnerable.
Yes, Mr. Adejimo, let's look at the case of the Afaka students, the students of the College of Forestry Mechanization in Afaka, Kaduna State. I know you saw the clip. Let me roll the clip again, if the network will permit us to roll the clip. The clip where that is trending online about the rescue operation of the students.
They are releasing them. They are releasing them. They are coming.
Wait and let's.
Now people. No fire. Now people are releasing them right now. We are firing and they are releasing them. We are firing and they are releasing them. Those are the people running. Those are the people coming. Those are the people coming. Look at them. They tapping them. And look at them coming. They are coming. This is one. We just make contact. They are coming. They are coming.
Yes, thank you very much. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. The clip is the network is not also favorable, but the clip is trending online. The clip of the rescue operation of the Afaka students. What do you have to say about that clip?
That clip looked like a stage manager. You can't call that a rescue operation. But I don't think I'm to dispute anything. It is unprofessional. If it is a rescue operation, it looks so unprofessional, so crude, so I don't know how to describe it. Because the truth of the matter is that we have had a lot of story around their rescue, around their release, and we were told some people had to intervene. We had the story of the Gumis of this world, the Obasanjos of this world, and a lot of people had to intervene before they were released. And we have also had the disposition of the governor of the state, Malame Rufai, wanted to embark on a bombardment, not minding the extent of the collateral damage. So we have had a lot of story. So to now try to relate it to this this Baba Salah thing we are watching, I find it difficult. I find it difficult to believe this. Honestly, so that shouldn't be. So that looks like a film in Baba Salah film somehow.
So you feel it's more of a
no. It's, all those
kind of things. A movie.
No. It's not. It's more of a movie. It's more of a movie.
Okay. What do you think? If you are in the military, or if you are a security expert, what you've said something earlier about synergy between the military forces. What if you're a security expert, what will your advice be to the president of Nigeria?
As a security expert, whenever you have as a nation with a history of violence as terrorism, that is history of violence for me. When you are battling with insurgency, you are battling with terrorists, you are to be up and doing. You fight a lot of war. One, intelligence gathering must be strengthened. Your intelligent architecture must be strengthened. Intelligent processes must be well coordinated. There must be synergy. Both internal and external intelligent architecture must be well coordinated. Not the kind of police doing their own, civil defense doing their own, and you have a lot of security agencies that are doing nothing. They are being paid for doing nothing, for goodness sake, and we are wasting their lives. We are endangering their lives daily because we are asking them to be going to battle with the name of God. Nobody goes to war like that. Nobody takes the name of God to the battlefront. It doesn't work that way. You acquire technology. Beyond acquiring technology is your intelligence. People don't just go to war. It's strategy that wins war. Strategy. These people lack the strategy, and somebody will just be kept there, and you won't mind the number of years whether they perform or not. You'll still be keeping them. It doesn't work that way. If you are being paid for something, I've hired you for a work and you are not doing the work, I will fire you. It's a simple thing in human management, in human resources. So you don't keep people that are ineptitude, that are not competent to do this work. And when you are fighting terrorism, you must have a robust relationship with your neighboring country, with the state of Nigeria. If I happen to be the president of Nigeria, I wouldn't mind the cost. I will have strengthened my relationship with the big nation that I think they can come to my rescue. I will annex those neighboring countries because they are more of a pariah state around me. It's like harboring enemies around yourself. So it doesn't take me anything. You have history of terrorism in Mali. I don't know why you must be sleeping. When you have history of terrorism in Mali, Niger Republic is not too far from you. You have Niger Republic around you, you have Cameroon around you. You have those people with history of violence. You don't allow them to sleep. You must work hand in hand with them. You must dictate who will become their president. You must dictate who will become their chief of defense staff.
Mr. Adejumobi, please let me take. We have a guest from all the way from Turkey. Maybe he has his own version of. Let me welcome Shogbon Tope to the show. Let me add him to the show and let's get his own view. Yes, Mr. Shogbon Tope, all the way from Turkey. You're welcome to the show. You're welcome to the studio. Are you with us? Yes, good afternoon. The show is okay. The show is Serious Matter on Nigeria Campus TV, and the topic today is insecurities, the rising cases of students kidnapped in Nigeria institution. What do you have to say about that, please?
Thank you very much. Sorry, I joined the show very late. I don't have much to say actually. I think the security of Nigeria, we are the problem of ourselves. And how we the problem of ourselves? These people kidnapping, they are our people. They are neighbors. We know much about them. But the problem is that we discover that the environment and situation where those things are taking places, they hide them. And that is why I say we are the blame of ourselves. When we are ready to expose or when we see anybody doing any job or anything that is not right, that we thought is not in a good way, or we thought that what the person is doing is not clean. Let me use the word is not clean. There is no means we should not alert the security personnel to look into that particular person. But what we do is that most cases we keep quiet because we are not concerned.
Are you trying to say, Mr. Shogbo, are you trying to say you suspect that there is sabotage on the part of the military or on the part of the government?
Even the military actually, yes, I will still go
Can
to
you hear
that.
me?
I'm talking about even the environment. The environment, all these things are taking place. I realize that even the people living in the environment, there is sabotage. They don't actually and the government, those things are taking place. They don't have, the insiders among the military, even the government. That is why if those things will be carefully solved in Nigeria, I think what we need to do is we need let me just say a general restructure of the military, number one, and a general cleanup of even the environment.
Okay.
If those things, if they can look into those things, I will reduce because I realize that personnel of having a kind of, let me just use the word, well, it may not be true, but I realize that most of them have those guys kidnapping. I think they work hand in hand. Let me use that language. But most of the news or most of the things we heard about them, we realize that okay, there is a kidnapping in so place. Even if they call a lot of the military personnel, you will see them giving some excuses. Okay, maybe there's no fuel, or we asking some questions that will even bring delay before they even arrive, before they arrive to the venue. I think there is one news I listened to this morning from Channel TV, the one that happened in Edo State in collaboration with the vigilante. The work was very, very successful. There was a man said something there, said, if you want to arrest these kidnappers, you have to work with the vigilantes because they knew more about the society. As I was referring to the society, that even in society ourselves, we realize that most of the people knew them. But this work can be successful if the government, the military, the police officers work with the indigent.
Yes, I think that is
And
the synergy that Mr. Dejimo said earlier.
in those days, carried out such a vision, and it was so successful because they had to work with the indigent. The vigilante knew the route. They have been in those forests. They have been with the people. They knew these people operating these carts. And by doing that, they were able to catch. I mean, they couldn't catch most of them. They couldn't apprehend them, but at least they were able to rescue the victims.
The
And the operation
victim.
was so
Mr.
successful. If the government,
Mr. Olosogbo,
allow,
Mr. Olosogbo,
yes, I'm with you.
please let
I'm
me
with you,
let
sir.
me get the final thought of Mr. Dejimo on this topic. Yes, Mr. Dejimo, you said earlier that there is need for synergy. I don't want to place you on the line, but can we say, is it that the government does not know that there's need for synergy, or they are shying away from it? Please.
No, it's not possible that they don't know. I've talked about political willingness on the part of the government, except we are going to come straight to say that government is complicit in the whole saga because they can't claim not to know. They have all the resources in the world to know. If they claim not to know, there is a problem. There is a more danger. So it's not possible that they don't know. They have the wherewithal either to buy it or to they have the means. Let me put it that way. They have the means to know whatever they want to know. After God is government, so they know everything. So they can't accept there is no political will to fight this war expeditiously. That is the only problem.
So
When we're talking about the American guy the other time, yes, we think about the economic implication of bringing it back to Africa one. They will also think of the difficulty in working with our army because we have talked about saboteurs there. That people that will divulge information before you want to go and attack somewhere and the information has leaked out before you got there. So it doesn't matter how sophisticated you might be militarily, you will not win such war. Once you have sabotage, you can't win. It's a simple truth.
yes, thank you very much, Mr. Dejimo. Let me get the final thought of if we have to continue this show for the next 2 hours. I know you have a lot to say. Let me get the final thought of Mr. Olosogbo on this show. You are in Turkey. What those in diaspora? What do you think is their thought about Nigeria, especially when it comes to terrorism?
Terrorism, like seriously, it's a big red alert. I use the word big red alert. The way they look at us, it's nothing to write to me about when it comes to terrorism and it's an issue of security in Nigeria. And one of the things that I think Nigeria, my brother have said it all. He said, after God is the government.
Is the government, the two
They
powerful
knew all
God
these
and government.
things. Yes, they knew all these things. They can do it if they really want to do it. They can do it if they really want to do it. But the problem is they will not do it because they will not have means of siphoning money into their own pocket. And they will not do it because they want their generation to be more rich. I mean to become rich. They just want a kind of life that everybody will remain poor under them. Look at where we are.
Hmm.
The way police operate here anytime I look at them, this police is not even military. This police, the level in which they operate here supersede is super. What super? Like police operate as if they are even the military. Talk of the intelligence, talk of the mode of their operation, the rate they carry out investigation, or the way they take the matter. If our leaders can try to, most of them move out. They not most of them they travel abroad. If they can bring all those things and inculcate them to our security matter in Nigeria, seriously, we don't need to be shouting for help. Because it was so embarrassing when I heard.
Yes, Mr. Lanshogbon, we are running out of time. This is 30 minutes, 8 seconds. Let me say thank you to everyone. Mr. Richard Adejumo, I know you have a very serious, you have a tight schedule, and thank you for making up time to be on the show, to be in the studio with us.
Yes. My pleasure.
Yes, Mr. Olanshogbon Tope, thank you for making up time. I know Turkey, research work and others in Turkey, a lot of things happening there. I know you're a busy person. Thank you for making up time to be on the show with us this wonderful Sunday afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Yes, those are in the backup, the Breaking Limit crew. Breaking Limit is one of the show on Niger Campus TV. The Breaking Limit crew, Oluwatosin and Oluwapo Adepoju, and Felix Olukunle Adeomi, you did wonderful job today. And Ifeluwa Boluwatife Adenusi, thank you for joining the show. Thank you all, everyone that watched the show and those that will be watching after now. Thank you all for joining the show. Once again, the show is Serious Matter on Niger Campus TV. I know you enjoyed the show today. Two wonderful men came on board and spoke about security in Nigeria, especially as it touches the issue of kidnap of students of higher institution in Nigeria. Let me end with this advert as we sign out today. Let me end with this advert. Thank you very much for joining the show. God bless you.
God bless you.